Hello everyone! Today we're going to be practicing some symmetry and then doing some symmetrical butterfly drawings. First, I wanted to show you this new art tool. This is called a bingo dauber, and it's basically like a very special paint marker. Now, if you kind of feel it and hear it, you can hear that there's a liquid sloshing around in there. It's filled with India ink, which is an ink that's used for writing and drawing with, and there's also a little bit of water. Now, India ink can be very messy to work with, so it's important that we follow these steps when using our bingo daubers. They have a twisty cap on them, so we want to make sure that we twist off the cap and set it aside, and then whenever we're not using our bingo dauber or when we're finished, we should put it back on. At the top, you can kind of see there's a little fuzzy top, and that's where the color's going to come out. And the most important rule with these is we don't squeeze them. I know they feel like you should, but if we squeeze them, the top might poof off and the ink is going to spill and we're going to have a mess. So when we're using our bingo daubers, the trick with them is to just draw with them like we would any other marker. Now before we draw, we're going to do a little paper folding so we can practice our symmetry. Take any plain piece of paper. This is just a practice sheet. You can see this one I've used before to test some markers. Crease it in the middle so it's folded. Now, we've talked about symmetry before. We know that one design on one side of the paper will match the other side of the paper. So if we take our bingo dauber and we do, look at that. See how I accidentally squeezed it and I made a puddle? That's why we don't want to squeeze our marker. So let's try again. Let's make a mark. And what I want you to do is fold your paper in half. And mine's going to be gooshed out a little bit because I squeezed it. So my line's not going to be very clean. But notice when I fold the paper in half, my image is now the same on both sides. So if I draw a design over here, fold my paper in half again, rub, 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 it's going to jump over to the other side. All right, we're going to use this same idea for our butterfly drawings. And so I'm going to throw away mine because mine is pretty wet. If your practice one ends up being very nice and you don't have any big puddles, you could set it out to dry and it's something that you could keep. I'm going to get out my big piece of paper. You want to make sure that you write your name on the back first, and then we're going to fold the big piece of paper the hamburger way. So it kind of looks a little bit like a book now. We have our center line, and what we're going to do first is we're going to make a butterfly's head right in that middle part. So at the top, I want you to make a circle, and you can fold it in half and rub a little just to try to get that circle to be as symmetrical as we can. There we go. And then we're going to draw the body. Now remember, the body is long. It could be two long sections. So maybe I'm going to go down and down again. And after each line, you should fold and rub to get your drawing to transfer. Now see, sometimes it transfers a little, and sometimes it transfers more. So even if it only transfers a little, don't worry, because you can always trace over that later. Now we're gonna make our top wing first, and then our bottom wing. Excuse me. So the top wing, we're gonna do a line out, fold real quick before it dries, rub, rub, rub. Oh, it didn't transfer very good. Let's try it again. Sometimes you might have to go over it a second time and fold that paper quick. Ooh, there. Now you can start to see it come through. All right. And then you can decide maybe you want the top wing to be pointy, like it might point here and then come back to the body. Or maybe it's going to turn into a circle round shape, or maybe even a wiggly shape. So I'm going to bring mine back in a round shape. Fold, fold, fold. See how much transfers? Ooh, and some parts it was a little thicker, so it spread out a little bit. So whenever that happens, if it's something unexpected, we call it a happy accident. Isn't that interesting? It made a different type of pattern. All right, we need to make the bottom wing of our butterfly. So we can start here and go down. Fold, rub, rub, rub. If it doesn't jump, trace it again. Maybe go back and forth over it. Trace, trace, trace. There. And maybe this one I'm gonna do a bump line. Oop, it got a little drippy there. Let's see. Isn't it interesting? And as we're folding and opening again, we're making our completed butterfly. Now let's go in and fill in the whole body itself so that the body of our butterfly is black. There we go. And then wherever your line got a little light, you can just trace right over it with your bingo dauber, like that. I think we're missing something. Let's see if we can get that to jump. Oh, it's very light, but I can see it. There we go. So now our butterfly has antennas, a body, wings, and you could also draw some lines on the wings or dots or shapes to give the wings a pattern. If it doesn't do it the first time, go back and try again. There. Cool. Maybe down here I'll add a circle. If it didn't jump, do it again. There. So as you can see, the ink absorbs in the paper and dries pretty quick. So the faster you fold your paper shut, the more likely you're going to get a better transfer. What if I just do a few dots? There. All right. So have fun working on your butterfly. And I'll show you one that I finished. This one, the ink is all dry and I was able to paint in the butterfly. And you can see that the painting matches each side. So if I used blue for the circle on this side, then this one is also going to be blue. So I hope you enjoy using these really cool art tools. Be careful, have fun, and enjoy making your butterflies.